Oh, let me do that. There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to another Taco Tuesday. And it is indeed round number 7, season number 7. All the 7s this evening. And it is another track that's fresh to the console drivers. Indianapolis only came, of course, the road course, of course, only came into existence in 2000. Only joined console drivers' track list in the last few months, so for many of them, will be their first competitive outing here. Will it have any bearing on this evening's results? Over the season so far, there's the drivers in the pits. There is the stand-ins, that's what we're looking for. TK Drifter leads the championship and got himself a race win last time out. This is round number 8. Have I got that wrong? It is round number 8. Who's the clever boy? I'll get that changed. So yeah, another trip to the podium for Cool Racing sees him closest behind, 23 points is the gap. Rob 2K is in third. Second for him last week, and it was Arms got himself another podium. A phenomenal driving endurance series as well by Arms. Just going from strength to strength in that Audi. That's the top 4 at the moment. Milden. 3 trips on to the podium, and I'm not sure what the RQ is. Something's up around 7. We'll get that. I didn't mean to double check that. KOL Fighter in 6th, Andy Cray in 7th. It's Renville in 8th. Clay is in 9th. Morex in 10th. Twice he's finished 4th. He's only taken part in half the series so far, so don't let his position in the table fool you into thinking that's where he's going to potentially end up during the end, come the end of the race. Definitely a podium contender. Buzzy, despite the DNF, still sits in 11th. We've got Val Wren sitting in 12th with WTR in 13th. Blue Mosquitoes 14th. And Hendricks 15th position, 155 points off the competition leader. We've got Boslad, Romelson, Bruno, who we know is quick as well. Romelson, very quick as well. They're down the order too. Brandon Glover, Mix 64, Art Connor, Flying Throne, Ollie RSRG, Harvey, Romario Casper, and Jazzman all scored points so far in the series. We've got 18 drivers in the session at the moment. We're just waiting on that to tick over. Oh, still got a minute left. Let me change that to that. Perfect. There you go. If you do want to help support the guys and gals at Formula Racing League, over on their website, formularacingleague.co.uk. Oh, it's suddenly gotten very dark on track. You can get all the details there. Of course, if you go to Patreon, you can support there. There is the 3 tiers. Supporter, Elite, and Alien. For supporter, that's £3 a month. You'll get your driver number, a reserved seat for free, and an entry into the FRL Lotto. The Elites and the Aliens will receive those perks as well as a number logo, coaching, and the new to PC sim racing guide as soon as it becomes available. And the Aliens, on top of that, will get themselves an overlay banner, yearly prizes, Sim Hub Dash, Elgato ACC icons, and a custom ACC livery. That would be, of course, for the PC due to restrictions on the console. So there we go for supporting the leagues. There is the calendar. It is round number 8, so I'll get someone to change that. I really need to learn account. There's Brandon Glover in the chat. Good evening, Brandon. How you doing, bud? Welcome in. Good to see you in the Jag. Good to see the Jag represented. It's Indianapolis, as I said, we're here for this evening. We've got Watkins Glen, and then the series finale that will be a 90-minute race around Laguna Seca. So make sure you get tuned in for both of those. We do have cars out on track. Supposed to be on TK Drifter. He is the championship leader after all. There he is there. It'd be nice if we got a better, like a slightly raised Helican't, but we'll stick for this at the moment. As I was saying, Indianapolis, the original actual oval built back 1909. The road course not added, of course, until 2000. It's actually been shortened slightly, and it's slightly easier, slightly trickier. I mean, yeah. It's certainly not difficult to get caught out on the infield section. One of those glorious additions to motorsport where sometimes they'll build themselves a new track and they just can't be bothered with cornering them, so they'll just number them. Well, not in the motorsport. Yeah, not even much thought went into that either. But yeah, 2000 things come into existence, and it's been extremely popular ever since. It's safe to say. So that is TK Drifter now on his flying lap. 12 minutes left to go. Can he get back-to-back wins? Led the championship without taking a win. Now could potentially see himself with back-to-back wins. We've got Renville out tonight as well. Milden, Rumelson, as I mentioned, down the order but very quick. WTR and KOL Fighter in the matching Ferraris. Valren, Blue Mosquito, he is still, of course, in his Lamborghini. There's Brandon out on track. There's Rob 2K. We've got Ollie RSR, Andy Cray, Buzzy, Clay, Cool Racing in the Merc. There's Casper crossing the line. G Harvey, Ams, Morex still in the pits, and Bozzy all joining us for this evening. There's 20 cars so far, and this is the first time in by Milden. We're about to see an absolute flood of times. Renville 6/10 off. G Harvey 1.6 down. Not expected to see a sudden raft of times come flying across there. There we go, Cool Racing. Half a tenth. There's a McLaren just behind him, not Valren. He's just crossed the line. That is Renville. And Buzzy 1.3. Renville still 6/10. Buzzy TK Drifter, championship leader. He's a second off the pace at the moment. Clay puts his way up into 4th position. Let me just move that so I can actually read it properly. There we go. So Clay up to 4th here. So we've got some Brandon. 1.1 seconds for Brandon. 10 minutes still to go. Milden. Wow. That is very close. Milden up in. Rob 2K gets even closer. Here we go. Absolutely love to see it. Very close up at the top. Sorry, let me just fix some game volume. A bit better. Yeah, that was a bit quiet. There we go. Where were we? Yes, Rob 2K and Milden, less than a tenth, separating the top 3. Casper set a time. I wouldn't class that as representative. Buzzy, Blue Mosquito set a time as well. KWL Fighter set a time. Rumelson. There we go. He's right down the championship standings. He's 1200ths off the top, and it's actually WTR. That one slipped under my radar a bit. Cool Racing fights back. He's in 4th, but WTR in the Ferrari is the driver on the top spot. Rumelson 2nd. No, it's Arms. Oh, 6 drivers within 2/10 of pole position. Yeah, it would be nice if they put in a bit of effort, eh? Arms 1 minute 36.9. WTR with a 137.09.080. Romelson, a 10th back. Rob 2K, Cool Racing, Milden, Renville, Clay, KWL Fighter, and Buzzy. All inside half a second and all in the top 10. There's a big 7/10s back to TK Drifter, so expecting a quicker time there, and Andy Cray as well. Valren in 14th, Brandon's in 13th. Casper, all the RSR. Morex is just leaving the pits now. Definitely capable of sticking it on pole as well. So the top 10 then, they're within half a second. Spicy. There's another, is that a change in position? KWL Fighter's just gone top. Team Ferrari assemble. Brandon and Milden in the pits. KWL Fighter top of the tree. There is Romelson. WTR now third. Arms fourth. Milden fifth. Rob 2K sixth. Cool Racing 4/10ths off the pace at the moment and in 7th place. Renville 8th. Clay 9th. Buzzy in 10th. Bozzy 11th, Andy Crane in the pits in 12th. TK Drifter 13th position. Have we found a chink in the armour of the Nissan GTR? Given that this is the car that led the championship without even a race win, it's definitely proved to be an amazing all-rounder. No time set there either. There's certainly no improvement on that time. All the RSR and Morex. Still with 6 minutes left. We don't want to leave it too late. I know from personal experience it's easy to get the jitters during qualifying if you don't get a lap down early enough. Morex was delayed out of the pits from what we saw. All the RSR. It's just invalidated a couple of laps, so just been unfortunate, pushing a bit too much. As we can see, Casper across the line, no time set there. Romelson, no improvement. And is he going quicker? This might be worth a looky here. Nope, no improvement there either. There's Buzzy in the background, nothing doing there. There is Brandon Glover about to cross the line. Clay and Romelson come into the pit, so does Arms then. 5 minutes to go. 3, maybe 4 laps each left for the drivers. Certainly the ones on track, that's what they're looking at. Oh, wow, Cool Racing has set an identical lap time to KWL Fighter. So they're separated by the 4th integer. They've both set times of 1 minute 36.715. Whatever comes after the 5 for both drivers, KWL Fighter has a lower number than Cool Racing. Absolutely dead heat for times. Neither of them have got a purple sector. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. And big time differences between them in the sectors as well. Well, that's obviously that's the quickest they've done. At the moment, it is Milden, Arms, and WTR. Oh, Cool Racing says no, thank you very much. I like a bit of separation. He's taking the purple sector. And he's got 136.395. 3/10ths now separates the top 2. Not so long ago, that was barely separating 10 drivers. Cool Racing has got himself right on top of the grid. Still at the moment, half a second WTR down to Clay. So that is still 6 drivers separated by 3/10ths. In fact, 8 drivers separated by 7 tenths. In fact, potentially even more than that as Morex gets to within a second. Everyone's got a time now. Morex was one that was keeping an eye, so was Ollie RSR. And the Bentley just on his way back out the pits. We've got 3 minutes left. Cool racing. Take a bow, young man. Very quick time indeed. And he's absolutely got a very firm grip on the front row of the grid. 3 minutes left to go. Minute 30 a lap, so they'll get to cross the line and finish any lap that they are on as well. So still another 2 flyers out there. We'll see you can make the most of that. Cool, it's a good mix of cars as well. The Ferrari's going great guns early doors. We've got Mercedes, Ferrari and Audi, the top 3. Another Ferrari, then it's Bentley and McLaren, before we see another Audi and Mercedes. So a good mix there. Blue Mosquito in the Lambo. The lone Lambo down in 17th. We've got a lone Honda in 19th and a lone Jag. Brandon Glover. Can't see him for looking. There he is there. 16th position. Clay there in the pits. Renville, I mean, look at that. 8 tenths of a second separating the top 10. 9 tenths of a second separating the top 11. Then a big gap back there between Andy Cray and Clay. As you can see, 5 tenths, half a second between 11th and 12th. And up at the front, there's half a second between 1st and 7th. Incredible pace differential between some of the drivers. But it does still take every level to fill these grids. We're looking just now, 8 tenths between the top 12. Sensational stuff. And like I say, half a second between 11 drivers from 2nd to 12th. Because Cool Racing at the moment is massively head and shoulders above the rest. The track only rated as fast at the moment as well. So not its full optimal conditions. Romelson's done with qualifying, 42 seconds left on the clock. So 2 are Clay, Andy Cray, Blue Mosquito and G. Harvey. Ollie RSR and Casper still out on track. Brandon Glover, TK Drifter and Val Wren still out, all out on track behind Clay there in 12th. So certainly a few drivers capable of stealing themselves a position in the closing stages of quali. KOL Fighter crosses the line, no improvement. He might just, he's going to have time to finish this lap, so this is his last crack at it. Oh, we've got a car down. It wasn't Cool Racing, thankfully for him. We've got 3 minutes left on the clock. He's crossed the line. He's got a checkered flag. His qualifying session is over. Now it is just the waiting game. Morex up into 4th position. He's finished 4th out of the 4 races that he's taken part in so far. Now starts this one in 4th place. A good omen. We shall certainly see. Rob 2K and Buzzy 6th and 7th. Arms in 8th. So other than Cool Racing and the Mercedes, it certainly seems to be a middle engine rear wheel drive affair with the Ferrari, the Audi and the McLaren. There's Buzzy in the McLaren. What a lap. Gets to within 2 tenths of pole position, a 10th ahead. A KOL Fighter who's now in the pits and can't respond. Romelson in 4th, Morex in 5th, WTR in 6th, Rob 2K in 7th, Arms in 8th, Milden. He could still set a time here as well, actually. Let's just have a look. Himself and Bozzy. No, Bozzy in the pits. can Milden get something done here? We've got Casper 20th. Sorry, G Harvey 20th. Casper 19th. Ollie RSR 18th. Blue Mosquito Milden. Oh, and he's gone 4th. He's gone 4th. Wow, what a lap. Right at the death. So, yeah, massive congratulations straight off the bat to Cool Racing. Given how close the rest of the field is, that's a phenomenal lap time. Kudos to Milden and Romelson. Excuse me. Taking purple sectors through that very close qualifying second. 2.5 tenths between first and second. And then 1 second separating second through to 13th place. In fact, only 0.6 of a second separating second through to 12th. 11 drivers within 0.6 of one another. It's going to be a good race tonight. Buzzy's in second. On the second row of the grid, it's going to be KOL Fighter and Milden. Third and fourth, it's Romelson and Morex, 5th and 6th. WTR and Rob 2K are going to be 7th and 8th. AMS and Bozzy are going to be 9th and 10th. Behind them on row number 6, it's going to be Renville and Clay on 11th and 12th. We've got Val Wren and Andy Cray, 13th and 14th. Championship leader TK Drifter is going to start the proceedings 1.3 seconds off the pole position time. And in 15th place, Brandon Glover in the Jag. In 16th position, Blue Mosquito in 17th. Ollie RSR in 18th place. Casper in 19th. And G Harvey 4 is going to start at the back. Row number 10 in 20th position. That was quite the qualifying session. I think it is safe to say. We don't have anyone on track. So, anticipation of everything changed over. Let's jump on there. Let's watch the cool video. Let me just mess with the volume ever so slightly. Yeah, so we can still hear this a bit. There we go. Yeah, so what do we think then? Quite a qualifying session there, as you saw. Not much separating the drivers at all. 6 tenths between the top 11 of the top 12 Cool Racing. Stamp has a 40 on it. Does look like the middle engine rear wheel drives are strong here, but the Mercedes first and fourth certainly finally poised. Buzzy having an unbelievable qualifying session compared to the season so far. So yeah, he will be looking. This will be potential season best finish there for Buzzy. We've got 2.5 minutes until the drivers start the race. So we'll let the video play through again. That is Indianapolis. It is a 1 hour race with one mandatory trip into the pits for our intrepid drivers. Don't know why I went all high pitch there. That was a bit strange. So the 1 hour drive, one mandatory pit stop to take. The pit window will open not long after the race starts, and it will close before the race ends, so the drivers will have to be on their toes. Strategy wise, this could be one that comes down to the pit stop strategy, given such a short track, so much slipstream up for grabs. Could very well be a case of dropping off the back of the slipstream would require drivers to instantly jump in, get into the pits and try and get back out, ironically in traffic, to try and use a bit of slipstream around that bank and along that very, very, very long straight. Although at the end of the straight, you do have that very interesting right hand turn. Quite the pit exit as well. Hopefully the drivers have been practicing their pit stops fastidiously to make sure they can get themselves in and out of there. Sweet and without any penalties being gifted or bestowed upon them. Little Christmas presents from the end game. So we're in December now, so we can at least talk about it, I suppose. We've got a minute to go. I don't want to ruin that video for everyone. So here are the drivers out on track. They're into their last minute of preparation time. And I've just tried to use a mouse to control the PlayStation screen. It is, yes, 8 a.m. Will be for the race. As you can see, very cloudy the track. Only registered as fast as well, so no improvement in the track conditions since the drivers ended their qualifying session. So we won't see any instant drops in lap time or any instantly quick lap times at the start of the session. I shouldn't have thought. I'm sure the times multiplier should just be at ×1, isn't it? And again. Trying to use a computer mouse to control a PlayStation. In fact, yeah, it's a ×2 multiplier. I do apologise. I didn't know that. Yes, it is a ×2 multiplier. So it will simulate 2 hours. So they're going to finish about 10 a.m. You think about being in Indianapolis. Hopefully, get a bit of sunlight. Heat that track up down at 14 degrees. That's... not loaded in the background. Excuse me. Yeah, hopefully see the temperature come up ever so slightly. I know temperatures like this can definitely benefit fast laps. I'm not sure how it does for the overtaking. As we can see, the drivers weave. And of course, the main objective on your warm-up lap is to warm up those brakes. You want those brake discs glowing. The heat does manage to radiate out into the tyres, which I've been assured by several people in the know doesn't actually work IRL racing. But we will see, and there we go. Perfect time to remember that I put the game volume off. That's getting a bit loud though. So there we go. As I said, 20 cars taking the grid this evening. That'll be, of course, the usual rolling start. We've got G. Harvey. He's in the Honda. Casper in an Aston Martin. Ollie in a Bentley. Blue Mosquito in the Lamborghini. There he is there. Brandon Glover is ahead of him in the Jaguar. TK Drifter Championship leader, 15th position. Will he end up there? Will I lose my sanity with this microphone? Find out before the end of this broadcast. Andy Crane 14th, Valden in 13th. It's Clay 12th position. Renville in 11th. And inside the top 10, row number 5, Bozzy. He's going to be side by side with Ams. Rob 2K. Owen Bentley in the top 10. He's in 8th. WTR 7th. Morex in 6th place. Romelson in 5th. Ah, no. Right, okay, we'll watch the start from here. Can't change drivers now, can I? Oh no. Alright, okay, we can at least look around. Right, okay, we'll get the start of the race from here and then I'll try and get back on the spectator cam. Sorry, it's still fun and games on the console for spectating these races. We're on board with Milden. He's in 4th position, so he's going to have a good look ahead and behind. There is the green lights and his foot down, and look at the start by... Who is that? That's the Audi. Oh, that is from Melson. Sorry, this is my camera. I was really hard to tell, but that is from Melson. Look at Milden go right round the outside as well. Has he overshot his brakes? Oh, and I tell you, he's run wide there. Oh, there's been a bit of contact. That's Buzzy looking to get involved there as well. Oh, and there's been a big contact further back down the field. Let's return to garage. Oh, and I can't get back into spectator cam. This is a nightmare. Oh, speaking of nightmares, that's gone all kinds of wrong for a whole lot of people then. WTR, Rob 2K spinning once again. We've got Arms. Bozzy now dropping down from 8th position. He's going to drop right down the order then. All the RSR is lapping someplace in the field at the moment. We'll find out in a second, says TK Drifter. Nope, says Andy Craze in 19th position. Potentially all the RSR in 19th position. I can't believe I didn't do this before, but just do it at the start. KWL Fighter, you see what's happening up at the front. That was big mistakes there. Brandon Glover up a few places. So is Clay. Morex down. Valren up. WTR down. Casper is up. Blue Mosquito was up. TK Drifter kind of around about the same place. Andy Crane, G Harvey definitely up positions. Rob 2K definitely down. KWL Fighter definitely down positions. And Bozzy as well on the losing list in the opening exchanges. Buzzy almost came a cropper there as well. Does anyone know how we get it back into back into spectator? I'm going to have to back out a minute. Now, why is that popped up on the screen as well? Okay, that's that, right. Now, there we go. So we're on board with... Where's the HUD gone now? There's the HUD. Wow, come on, John. Right, sorry. Technical issues with the spectator mode here. We're on board with Milden. He is in second place. He's chasing Cool Race. He's got Buzzy just behind him. We can't jump on a Buzzy at the moment. Let's just jump down and see where everyone else is. Arms is up to 4th position. Romelson up to 5th. Renville in 6th place. Morex now in 7th. Brandon Glover in 8th. Is WTR in 9th. Valren in 10th place. Mosquito in 11th. And there's that slipstream I was talking about. Coming off the bank and gets very close indeed, up to 11th place with TK Drifter closing in there as well. Clay in 13th, Casper in 14th, G Harvey in 15th, Rob 2K in 16th, KOL Fighter and all the RSR 17th and 18th. Andy Cray coming in to take his pit stop. Bozzy in the Ferrari, so Ferrari's really not faring well in the opening exchanges. There was 2 or 3 in the top 10 now. There's only one WTR. Right, you know what, that's really... Sorry, bear with me 2 seconds. I'm going to need to back out just to fix that. So yeah, so we'll jump straight back in. I'm just going to quickly log back into the server, and that'll give me access to the spectator cam. And I'll just cover this so that you can see the password. You all understand. There we go. So, let's see what's going on. Excellent, right. We're on board with Renville then. He's in 6th. Morex down into 7th from 4th. Brandon Glover, as we're saying, up a few places. WTR now the lone Ferrari in the top 10. Romelson looking for a bit of Audi on Audi action. It's Arms that he's looking to get his way past. Oh, and that's a big mistake there. Renville is going to close that gap at a commensurate rate, I would have thought. A little bit of glitching from the cars there. Hopefully not too much lagging for the drivers out there. G Harvey looking to get his way past Casper at the moment. And TK Drifter as well. Down in 18th position. Runs through a wayward security barrier there. Where's he gone? Is he off track or coming into pits? What is going on there? No, he's on his way into pits. So that is the pit stop being taken for TK Drifter. Andy Cray still in the pits and stationary. Certainly not stationary, it's Cool Racing, 2.2 seconds up the road from Milden. The two Mercedes leading the way from the McLaren, guided by Buzzy, as we're 3 laps into this one. It's Arms in 4th, Romelson in 5th, Renville in 6th place, Morex in 7th, Brandon Glover in 8th place, WTR in 9th, and Val Wren, the guardian of the top 10 at the moment. And he's got Blue Mosquito and Clay very close behind. Casper still defending from G Harvey. G Harvey having a look up the inside, and it looks like he's got the runner on there. And Rob 2K could well get involved in this one as well. As you can see, the battle up ahead is the Aston Martin that's got the inside line. The Honda will potentially have to yield as he's going to drop back into position. Then Rob 2K still keeping a withered eye on this battle as Casper maintains 13th position for the moment from the Honda, but the Honda right over the inside of that curve still manages to get a very good run, but not good enough for the Bentley. Right round the outside onto the bank, and it's a beautiful shot there. And in the background, that's KOL Fighter looking to get closed back up. They're side by side off the embankment, and it's the Bentley that's got his way up the inside of the Honda. It looked for all the world like the Honda was going to be taking on Casper and his Aston, but it is Rob 2K in that Bentley making his way back through the field. G Harvey though straight into that slipstream, so it's going to give Casper a bit of breathing space into turn number 1, and not too much though. He certainly can't be too complacent and give up much time if he's going to keep these two behind him. Rob 2K getting that move done though, and at the moment certainly looks like he's got it sticking. We've got Morex and Renville 6th and 7th chasing down Romelson. Clay on Blue Mosquito as well. In fact, Clay's just got the overtake done on Blue Mosquito, so he's back up to 11th position. G Harvey, Rob 2K and Casper still ridiculously close. There is TK Drifter flashing these lights at the Lamborghini head. He's come in, he's the only driver so far to have taken his pit stop. The pit window did open a minute after the race started, so it is open now. 51 minutes left to use the pits, 52 minutes left of the race. Blue Mosquito, Val Wren in 10th, right on the back of WTR, who was right up there looking for podium honours in the Ferrari. Rob 2K, wow, look at the run he's got in that Bentley round the outside of the Aston. Makes that one look very... Ooh, that's a bit close. I'm not 100% sure. Casper was fully aware. Although you think he would have popped up on his radar. I mean, it potentially was the last minute. G Harvey lives to fight another day. All this RSR pits to drive another few laps, and Casper recovers from the contact and off-track excursion to find himself in 16th position. Bozzy, the driver, trying to catch up there. All the RSR just coming to a stop. Andy Cray is back out on track as well. Good to see. We can see Morex as well, 6th position at the moment. Started up in 4th. A few avoiding corners. A bit of avoiding action was required. Certainly got through the carnage. Morex in 6th place. Romelson the target, and Renville, as you can see in the background, getting ever closer as well. Almost equilibrious gaps between 5th and 6th and 6th and 7th. We've also got Blue Mosquito and Clay still very close to one another. And KOL Fighter as well. Again, another car we saw right up at the sharp end of the grid. Making his way back through the field, and has indeed got the overtake done on G Harvey. Confirmation there on the timing board. 14th place then for KOL Fighter. Ooh, there is Val Wren having to go full defend mode from Clay Blue Mosquito. Being swamped at the moment. Ooh, Morex, that's a lot of grass. That's a lot of dirt on the tyres. Bozzy, one of the Ferraris, comes in to take a pit stop. There's WTR, the other Ferrari, still running in the top 10 just. But certainly gathered himself after those early incidents. Morex in 6th place, still looking to get past Romelson. Definitely very close between these two, but the McLaren at the moment definitely looks to be the quicker of the two. Where can he find an overtake? Is he going to get it done on the bank-in? Doesn't look like it's going to be this time around. And Audi managing to get a good enough exit out of the penultimate corner to make sure he's got the lead into turn number 1. In the foreground there, that is Arms making his way through. So we're at Romelson, primary target of course, keep Morex behind. Can he get caught up to Arms, get a bit of slipstream? Wow, 3 wide. That actually just happened then. Blue Mosquito straight through the middle of Brandon and Rob 2K. And he got the car stopped as well. Phenomenal stuff. Morex still in 4th place, still just behind Romelson. Clay still hunting down Val Wren. Rob 2K, Brandon Glover, not quite done with Blue Mosquito by the look of it, and that's TK Drifter, is it? It is. 17th, Bozzy and Ollie RSR. They have both. All 3 of them come in and taking their pits. There's Clay still chasing Val Wren with Morex and Romelson. Still getting ever closer to Arms. We've got Buzzy still in 3rd after a great qualifying, but it is the 2 Mercedes that are still leading the way. SBR's Milden and Cool Racing. 2.3 seconds separates the 2 of them, 8 laps in to the race. So Cool, much like in the qualifying, is establishing his dominance. Morex trying to do the same with Romelson. He's going to need a good move to get that overtake done. K-Well Fighter. He too is fighting with a Bentley while trying to fend off a driver who is trying desperately to unlap himself. Excuse me. So yeah, this is an interesting one. I'm sure TK Drifter feels he's probably oh well. Who's that that's ahead of him? I know he can do, no, it's KOL Fighter. Who we know is very, very, very quick. And yeah, just running out of position because of the early contact. So for TK Drifter, I did say he wanted to potentially come out with a bit of traffic to get some, make the most of the slipstream opportunities around this course. But it is a bit of a rock and a hard place at the moment for TK Drifter. Up at the front still Romelson and Morex. Looking to change places, although Romelson on Arms then into turn number 1. Nope, says, well, brake pedal and not Cool Racing. Arms, sorry. Arms in that 4th place still. Fending off both cars. This could play, well, this will play right into the hands of Morex. If he times this right, he could potentially get himself a double overtake. Because that is a lot of slipstream. Yeah, he's going to be getting along that back straight. And around that long, fast, sweeping banked corner. Not so fast through this section. This one of the parts, of course, that they changed. I think I preferred it the other way. No bridge in this iteration of the track either. So what we're talking here, we've got 0.3 of a second between Morex and Rumelson coming on to the banking. In fact, it is pretty much identical times between Rumelson and Morex. Sorry, Arms and Rumelson and Morex. So very close there indeed. You can see Rumelson is right on the back of his fellow Audi. Morex is going to say thank you very much. If these two get too overly exuberant. Having a look like he's going around the outside, obviously going to try to open the corner up as much as possible, get as much critically vital exit speed as you can. Try and keep the pressure on the driver ahead while fending off the driver behind. Rob 2K, he is the driver behind at the moment as Clay is going to be defending for the next few corners. We can see that Morex and Rumelson lapping right on top of one another at the moment. McLaren is certainly giving the Audis a run for their money. Buzzy in 4th place, the two Mercedes still in 1st and 2nd. Rob 2K and Clay still having themselves a phenomenal little battle as well for 11th position, although remember, we do still have that mandatory stop. We've seen TK Drifter, Bozzy and Ollie RSR come in and take their pit stops. So we've still got 17 drivers left to take theirs. And that is G. Harvey. Is that Brandon Glover? It's just ahead. Of course it is, he's in the white jag. Rob 2K 0.3. Morex half a second. Rumelson half a second. Doesn't go any quicker. Just coming into, we're 11 laps in then. Rumelson is still hunting down these potential podium spots. He's got Arms just ahead of him. Buzzy just up the road with now a 2.3 second gap to Milden. In fact, 5.4 seconds to Milden, 2.3 seconds up to Cool Racing. Morex, this seems like a lifetime compared to the gaps that these drivers have got at the minute. Morex well within half a second. The Audi moves over right at the end of the straightaway there to defend the position. G. Harvey and Casper trying to get their way past Brandon Glover at the moment. Great racing there as well. Wow, Brandon really is quick through there. It really is quick. Will it be quick enough though? We've got G. Harvey there in 15th. Yeah, still very close between these three drivers here, Brandon, G. Harvey and Casper. TK Drifter saying he is 2 laps down, which is confusing me slightly. Andy Cray 3 laps down. Now we know that Andy is definitely a couple of laps down because we saw him spend a fair amount of time in the pits at the start, so I'm not sure whether he started from there or returned to garage after contact right at the start of the race. You can certainly see, I'm sure we'll find out in chat. We've got Morex then. Still trying to get his way past Rumelson. This is the battle for 5th. He's having a look up the inside. Nope, he's pulled right back into line again. Thought better of that one. So yeah, 39 minutes left of the race. No point in rushing an overtake, that is for sure. TK Drifter, Bozzy and Ollie. All been in the pits. G Harvey on Brandon. That's still looking, excuse me, very close as well, sorry. With Casper. Look at the ghost, both these drivers. Yeah, okay, I'll be over here, really apologise. Morex and Rumelson, still these two very close indeed. Arm's doing his best to get away from him at the minute, but just not working. Rumelson staying within half a second of the Audi. The McLaren you can see in the background trying to hang on. Runs a little bit deep there, but did manage to save it and not violate the track limit penalties there. Let me just hopefully the audio still working here, yes. Do love Discord. Right, where are we talking? We've got Rumelson and Morex. We're still watching this battle here for 4th position. Rumelson certainly looking quicker than Arms at the moment. Has managed to catch up and maintain a firm grip on the back there. Casper and G Harvey, they're still having themselves a little battle. Bringing one of the Ferraris, Bozzy, looking to unlap himself. Right back into the fray as well. Casper and G Harvey, the three drivers, he's watching battle just ahead of him. Rumelson really using a lot of that bank in there. Straight down at the gears. Just coming to the last corner now. It's cool racing. 13 laps in. Leading the way by 2.1 seconds over fellow Mercedes driver Milden. Buzzy, the keeper of the last podium spot at the moment. There we can see him in the foreground. It's Arms that's chasing him with Rumelson. Just popping out to have a look at the turn 1, decides better of it. Just behind them it is Morex in the McLaren. So these top, well, 5 of the top 6. Still all very, very, very close to one another indeed. As I was mentioning, as you can see, you've got the little orange block next to the name of the one mandatory trip into the pits for each driver. They've got 35 minutes to get in themselves in to do so. But any time between now and then, completely at their discretion. Temperature is up 1 degree, still not quite rated as optimal. Still the going is fast. Not quite optimal yet. So we'll see if that can help the drivers' lap times then. We'll see if anybody gets a whole lot quicker. Cool Racing in 1st place. Oh, it doesn't tell you that. That'll be the wrong one. There we go. And I won't show qualifying because I backed out. That's why. So there we go. So Cool Racing first, Milden in second, Buzzy in third. Although in saying that, the gap, just as we say that, the gap between these two definitely looks less than 1.5 seconds to the untrained eye. We'll see through the next time in Delta. There is Morex looking for a move up the inside of turn 1 potentially. Nope. Knew he was only going to get boxed in there. Still Rumelson and Arms holding on to 4th and 5th, while Buzzy is absolutely buzzing, I'm sure. Up into 3rd place in the Ferrari, in a very strong league as well. Very strong league. So having a great drive there. Further down the field, Bozzy has got up to the back of Ollie RSR. As you can see, looking to take some on-track positions back again. G. Harvey in 15th, Brandon Glover in 14th, KWL Fighter in 15th, and R2R Clay, sorry, 12th, and Rob 2K in 11th place. It was one of those nights, all the usual suspects in the chat. Looking at that one. Let me just check that that is still running again. Yep, perfect. Yep, so just making sure that was still going. We've got, sorry, we just talking about the chat there. I was just checking to see if there's any updates on what had happened earlier on to Andy Cray. But yeah, these are suspects in there, but no mention of what happened there, so we'll find out, I'm sure, later on. We're almost at the halfway mark of the race. 33 minutes left to go. Rob 2K in 10th place. We're still watching Monarch trying to battle his way through. Val Ren's come into the pits from just on the edge of the top 10. KWL Fighter and Brandon Glover making their way through. Brandon still got G. Harvey trying to craft an overtake there. Rob 2K in 10th. Morex in 6th position. Romelson in 5th. G. Harvey, it's all getting very close as we come towards the end of the first stint. 32 minutes left to go, so as I say, we're going to see the drivers potentially jumping in, getting those pit stops done. Oh, he's having a look up the inside. He thought about down at turn number 1, decides better of it. There's Val Ren on his way out of the pits. 15th at the moment. This Casper coming through. TK Drifter. Oh, well down the order. There will be a fair old bit of a gap then. Val Ren still on his way out, and that's him released into the wild. TK Drifter just coming to the last corner now. So that... yeah, definitely what TK Drifter would have been hoping for there. Oh, Morex. Oh, has a big look there. Open that corner right up. Is he trying to cut back? He looks like he's got the tighter inside line. He's going to have to go around the outside or go for a cut back again to try and get that inside line. Has he managed it? It doesn't look like he has at the moment. Oh, right up against the back of the car. Tight left-hander to come. He's on the outside line for this one, so not ideal. Romelson takes that apex. Morex still in 6th. Romelson still hanging on then as the McLaren. Oh, and the Audi's just got 2 tyres onto the grass, bit of dust kicked up. He's going to have temporary compromised grip as they come into the fastest part of the track, and you can see the McLaren absolutely flying. Looking for a way past to them onto the banking. About to come into the final little few corners before the last corner to end the lap. But after all that, Romelson still in that 5th position. Morex still unable to get an overtake. Neither of them have come into the pits. They're both going to be on full attack mode here. As we can see, the McLaren, is he going to get close enough into turn number 1? That's Arms in the gang in the foreground. Milden actually closing up a bit on Cool Racing up at the front. 1.9 seconds is the gap there now. There's WTR coming in the pits as well. So yeah, I'll be interested to see Blue Mosquito as well coming to the pits from 10th. Yeah, KOL Fighter will get promoted straight back up again. Let's just see what's happening with Morex. Still trying to get away past Romelson. Quite a few laps. These two have been glued to one another's hips. And it doesn't look like that's going to abate any time soon. Bozzy within 3/10 as well of all the RSR. So not the best of races, certainly by all the standards. But at the moment he does have the Ferrari of Bozzy absolutely breathing down his neck. Looking to see if he can force an unforced error, or force an unforced error. Something along those lines. Self-inflicted. I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure he obviously wants to get to the end of the race. But if he can get himself a cheeky overtake before so, I'm sure he won't mind. And Ferrari is looking definitely quicker than the two at the moment. Still got. He's taking his pit stop, and so has Ollie. So this is a straight shootout for position. G. Harvey and Brandon Glover have come into the pits. So is Clay. Blue Mosquito. We saw them two come in. Right on top of another. Romelson. He's dropping down the order at the minute. Romelson, Buzzy, Sharknado. I know that sound. Oops. Yeah, we're in the pits. Sorry, cross train of thought there was someone that popped up on the screen. Nightmare. K-Wheel Fighter, he's in 9th. WTR's got himself a stop-go 30-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so it's gone from bad to worse there from him for this race. Buzzy is back moving again after his pit stop, so is Romelson in 7th, Rob 2K in 8th, K-Wheel Fighter in 9th place, WTR's in 10th, Valren in 11th. They're all going to be promoted positions very shortly when they come round the last corner, although Rob 2K is rolling. So is Romelson, so is Buzzy. We know they're inside the top 10 at the moment. This K-Wheel Fighter being dropped. There is Cool Racing. Comes in to the pits. Oh, Romelson's been given a stop, go 30 seconds for speeding in the pit lane as well. Wow, all the penalties coming out at the moment. And K-Wheel Fighter and Rob 2K. And they're just on their way out of the pits. WTR is going to be back into the pits. So is Romelson. Renville, Morex, Arms, 3rd, 4th and 5th in the pits. Cool Racing race leader. He is in the pits as well. We saw him come in. Milden is the on-track leader at the moment. And we've got yeah, just looking down the order as well. We've got Romelson in 2nd, WTR. Andy Cray in the pits to take his mandatory stop. We'll have lost the driver. We're down to 19. Cool Racing just looking to leave the pits. Arms and Morex as well. Buzzy already out on the start-finish stage. So where is he going to slot back in? He'll be ahead of Renville. Romelson back in the pits for his stop-go 30-second penalty. As WTR is going to have to do exactly the same thing. There is Milden coming in to take his pit stop then. Can he pull off another strategy win? We'll certainly see. Where is Cool Racing? He is just coming along towards Sector 3 now. Arms in 4th, Morex in 5th. Milden still stationary. Coming towards Sector 3 now, it is Cool Racing. There is Romelson being released after serving his penalty. There's WTR. He is now stationary, serving his penalty. Andy Cray has just been released. There is Milden being released. Cool Racing already well in to turn. Oh no, it's not turn number 1 he's in. Sorry, that's just them coming to the last corner now. Milden is rolling towards the pit exit. There is Cool Racing on the embankment. Stop go cleared for Romelson. There is Cool Racing. He is so close to being released, and he's been given a stop go 30-second for speeding in the pit lane. And he still didn't get the lead of the race, even after getting the penalty. So, Milden in second position. He's going to have to come back into the pits within the next 3 laps. And remain stationary for 30 seconds to serve out that penalty. That is going to drop him right back down the order. Everyone's taking their mandatory pit stop. Oh, Andy Cray finds a forlorn Ferrari then. That is Bozzy in 15th position. Does look like Andy Cray trying to unlap himself at the minute. And certainly Andy at the moment 19th place. WTR's in 18th position with Romelson in 17th. These two drivers. The two with the stop with 30 seconds that have been served so far. Ollie in 16th, Bozzy in 15th, G. Harvey in 14th place, Brandon Glover in 13th position, TK Drifter in 12th, Clay is in 11th, KWL Fighter in 10th, Blue Mosquito up to 9th place, Valren in 8th, Renville in 7th, Rob 2K in 6th place, Morix in 5th, Arms in 4th. Milden currently in 2nd, but you can see Buzzy is just behind him. Arms not too far down the road either. Morix and Rob 2K. Rob 2K maybe slightly far back, but might not quite be. Renville as well. Yeah, potentially going to be a fair few positions. Unfortunately, the Cool Racing is going to find themselves losing. Sorry, not Cool Racing, Milden, when he comes in to serve. The stop go 30-second penalty. But he's stretched out then as we come into the closing stages. 22 minutes left to go, so we're 2/3 of the way through. Andy Cray still trying to lap himself against Bozzy in the Ferrari. Brandon Glover does have G. Harvey in the Honda. Trying to apply a bit of pressure there. Cool Racing though. No pressure up at the front for him at the moment. 3 seconds is the gap he's got. 2.5 seconds, sorry. Back to 2nd. And then another 2.5 seconds back almost again to 3rd place. 3rd that is going to be promoted very quickly to 2nd. When Milden comes in to serve his stop go, and that's exactly what he's doing now. So that's him in the pits. There's Buzzy coming through to take 2nd. Arms on the bank end. He's going to be handed 3rd place. Morix as well. That's Morix up to 4th, and Morix is the fastest lap of the race. Nicely done with 21 minutes left to go. The track has reached optimum conditions, temperature up to 17 degrees. And the track definitely drivable now. There is Milden Stacey, Rob 2K and Renville both making their way through. Valren on the embankment, Blue Mosquito in the background, and KWL Fighter. Milden being passed by them all. TK Drifter. Now, TK Drifter, so down from 2nd to 11th so far for Milden. Still slow progress on the pit exit. And TK Drifter, I believe, is going to get the overtake done here. Brandon and G. Harvey might do as well. TK Drifter, done. Brandon Glover into turn 1, done. G. Harvey into turn 1. There is Milden in the background, still slowly crawling towards the line. Bozzy and Andy Cray coming across the line as well. Andy Cray, so he's unlapped himself. But that is Milden then. Right down the running order. We're going to see him drop below TK Drifter and Brandon Glover when he gets through that time in Delta. So that's stop go 30-second penalty has seen Milden drop from 2nd to 14th position. 12 places of a drop. That is definitely not what he needs, especially with the championship standings the way they are. He's going to need to be getting as many points as he can if he's going to hold any hope of getting himself a top 3 overall in this one. Behind Arms, Rob 2K and Cool Racing all on track, and that's the drivers that are ahead of him in the championship as well. Although in 15th, yeah, most of the drivers in the championship are ahead of him at the moment, so there's going to be a big points loss there. KOL Fighter will be hoping to get another couple of places as well. He's the driver looking to close in on Milden. Andy Cray is the driver just behind Milden and KOL Fighter, but he's well down the order. So is this enough to drop him out of the battle for 3rd in the championship? Still got a couple of rounds left to go. But certainly some big performances are going to be needed after the results that we're seeing here this evening. And while I've been doing all that talking, we have missed lots of action. So let's see if we can get the replay working. Yeah, so there we go then. Cool Racing, he is leading the way. So here we go then. Cool Racing, race leader. Oh, he's just pulled over. Okay, he's just pulled over and stopped. And as we saw him going again, he with cold tyres and just, yeah, ran off track a bit. Wow, so I wonder what's happened there then. I hope everything's okay with him. You definitely don't like to see. Don't hit drive. Yeah, he is now stays to the side of the track with damage. Now he's behind Ramelson and Milden. Yeah, so I'm not sure at all what's happened there. But yeah, Cool Racing comfortably in the lead of the race. He's now back into the pits. Morex then, fastest driver on track, now up to 3rd position. Arms in 2nd, and Buzzy in the McLaren is leading the way. 16 minutes left to go. Morex definitely the quicker of the two of himself and Arms at the moment. That purple lap next to his name so far. I wonder what's going on with Cool. That is yeah, that's really unfortunate. Milden's making his way back through the field as well. We saw Bozzy involved in Andy Cray. Now Milden trying to make his way back through. Yeah, he knows he needs as many positions as he can before the end. And I'm pretty sure he knows he's going to have to work for every single one of them. Up the inside into turn number 1. Has he got 13th position back again? Yes, he has. So that's him back up 1 spot after dropping down 12 due to that stop go 30-second penalty. Having a look up at the front though, along the start-finish straight, it is Audi versus McLaren. It's Audi got the upper hand at the moment. The McLaren have a look up the inside. The turn number 1 pulls back into line. Didn't quite have the run there. In through turns 1 and 2. Heavy pressure being applied by Morex. K-Well fighter as well. He's just got the overtake done on Blue Mosquito, so he is back up to 7th position. Confirmation of that as they cross the line. That is Clay just in the background, closing in as well. Could he have a nibble at Mosquito too? We will see. Brandon Glover. He's just got the overtake done on TK Drifter, championship leader. And now finds himself down in 11th place. Brandon up to 10th. There's confirmation of that one. And Morex and Arms still this battle for podium positions. It's been hotly contested. It's Arms and Morex second and third. We've got Buzzy 6 seconds now in the lead. 13 minutes left to go. So not many laps left. Buzzy doing a phenomenal job there. For whatever reason, Cool Racing has had to pull over and no longer participate in the race. Oh, 2 different lines there, and then McLaren absolutely on his rear spoiler. Surely has to have a look into turn 1 on this time of asking 28 laps in, and we're going to see a podium position change hands later on the brakes. The McLaren makes that one stick. The Audi leaving more than enough room for the McLaren to get through. Andy Cray has come back in the pits. We saw him start the race from the pits. He took his mandatory stop 4 laps ago, and he's come back in to the pits. So hopefully nothing too major. Hopefully again is okay with Cool Racing as well. It's not like I'm just give up, especially when you're leading a race. To be leading a race, to just pull over to the side and then return to the garage. Something obviously not quite right. Unfortunately, hopefully whatever it is, gets it fixed very soon indeed. Clay still watching the battle between KOL Fighter. This time it's between the Fighter and Val Ren. Blue Mosquito just behind, watching this one intently. As you can see, Val Ren defending from KOL at the moment. These two 6th and 7th. McLaren at 1-2 at the moment. Will it be 6th or 7th for the third McLaren in the top 10? KOL Fighter certainly will have something to say about that if he can. We've still got 11 minutes. So the driver's still got a decent bit of time and plenty of track to get some overtaking done. So we'll see how it goes between those two. Clay closing in on Blue Mosquito as well, has to be said. Mosquito not long been overtaken by KOL Fighter. A wheel and pedal failure. Hey, how we doing, Fox? Yeah, just reading that there, bud. That is a nightmare. That's a couple of people I've heard have had wheel and pedal failures recently. Milton Tomlinson Dennis, one of the ERS drivers, he was within 8/10 of the lead of the race, and he was in third. That's how close the top 3 were, and his load cell pedal failed. Yeah, within the last 10 minutes that was as well. Absolutely devastating, but mate, to be leading a race and have that happen, Sean, mate, that's absolutely savage, bud. Absolutely savage. Oops, that's not what we wanted. Yeah, hopefully whatever caused it though, you're able to get it fixed. Fingers crossed. No. Oh, did you hear that sharp intake of breath as I pressed the wrong button? Hey. There we go. Still watching the battle though. And it is Clay versus Blue Mosquito. G. Harvey, in fact, just been overtaken by Milden. That's Milden now back up to 12th. Clay within half a second, as I mentioned, of Blue Mosquito. Half a second separating Fighter and Val Ren. In fact, 0.3 of a second separating them here. Will we see KOL Fighter into turn at number 1? No, we won't. He pulls back on to the racing line. He's going to follow for another few corners at least. Clay now all over the back of Blue Mosquito as well. So right in the thick of the action here, inside the top 10. Sean said, throttle stop, he fixed it, but it broke his brake pedal. Oh, nightmare. That is brutal. Where is he you're speaking to him, bud? Is he streaming? Or does he put a message in chat? Yeah, I'll pop that in. Let me know. Clay, within the half a second, they're KOL Fighter and Val Ren. Still right on top on her. Andy Cray is in the pits. It looks like a retirement there. Pedals never powered back up and had no brakes. Oh, nightmare. Oh, that is brutal, bud. Oh, Clay, KOL Fighter. Oh, through Milden. Yeah, speaking of devil, the cool man is in the chat. There is Val Ren, and in the background, that's Clay having a look at the inside of Blue Mosquito. Mosquito leaves him plenty of room. The BMW unable to get the move done, but he's going to try and go side by side on exit. Not to be into the tight right-hander before we hit the embankment. Let's see what happens here. Oh no, that's not the embankment, that's only turn 7. I'm slightly a few corners ahead of himself there. Val Ren and KOL Fighter, they're definitely not getting ahead of themselves. Very close between these two. Look at the Lamborghini Blue Mosquito. Had a bit of a wiggle there. Can Clay capitalise? Milden has caught back up to TK Drifter. TK Drifter and Milden battling for position. Yep, definitely believe that all day long. Not normally though. 10th and 11th. TK Drifter not having a good qualifying or race. In fact, he has just been overtaken by Milden, and Milden down those positions after the stop with 30-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, Clay did back right out with that one there by the look of it, but I think Blue Mosquito has made a bit of a mistake. So Clay now up to 8th position at the expense of Blue Mosquito, now in 9th place. KOL Fighter and Val Ren, and these two still going at it. And it could be primarily poised for Clay to sneak in, pick up a couple of positions if possible. Into turn number 1. Ferrari KOL Fighter was looking like he was trying to overtake. I'm now watching the stream. Oh, nice one, Sean. Well, hope you enjoy it. Oh, he's run wide, and Andy and Clay, sorry, is going to potentially say thank you very much. That's really opened the door there as well. Blue Mosquito right back into the hunt, as well as Val Ren leading this pack of 4 drivers, battling for positions inside the top 10. This KOL Fighter, he's run a bit deep there. Or is Val Ren? Oh, Val Ren's taking it inside line. He's lost momentum hugely there. I think he's made a mistake potentially on corner exit. That's not gone well for Val Ren at all, and he's lost 2 positions in one corner there. Clay making his way through, and KOL Fighter up to 6th position then as Blue Mosquito just not long lost 2 positions. Could now find themselves with a position straight back as Val Wren now joins him on the banking at the back of the group of 4. Now being led by KOL Fighter Clay up to 7th place. Second in this little group here, Val Wren just into the last corner in 8th. Blue Mosquito in 9th. Brandon Glover, he's now defending from Milden, is back up to 11th. Oh, Milden looking for a big old cutback there in the Mercedes. The Jag wise to it. Blue Mosquito, he's just got the overtake done using the slipstream on Val Wren. So Val Wren now down to 9th position. Milden, oh, that took a while to merge in there. Milden still behind Brandon, and we're going to see any turn 1 moves here. Brandon takes the inside line. Says to Milden, if you want this, you're going to have to go the long way around at Milden. And he's hung on to their shirty tail lace, and he's been dragged right back into this battle then, chasing down TK Drifter for honours right at the end of the race. Clay and KOL Fighter. Now, how quick are these two? Can they get themselves a bit of a gap? Is Clay going to catch KOL Fighter? We will see. Buzzy, 1.6 seconds is the gap. The 2 McLarens bearing down on one another. 3 minutes left to go. Are we in for a grandstand finish? 1.6 seconds still is the time difference, with just under 3 minutes left on the clock. We're definitely going to see 2 more laps. Yes, indeed, we will. This one, then another one. Yep, so 2 more full laps to go. Yep, 2 minutes 30 left on that clock. Everyone's taken their pit stop. Andy Cray and Cool Racing retiring to the pits. WTR and Ollie RSR 17th and 16th from Melson in 15th position, with Bozzy in 14th, G Harvey in 13th, TK Drifter in 12th, Brandon Glover in 11th, Milden in 10th, Val Wren in 9th, Blue Mosquito in 8th place. It's Clay in 7th, KOL Fighter in that 6th place for the moment. Renville in 5th, Rob 2K currently in 4th. Is Arms, who's in 3rd. And it is Morex and Buzzy 2nd and 1st. Clay on the KOL Fighter. That's looking really close coming into the closing stages. 1 minute 39 left to go. Buzzy now 1.1 seconds in the lead. I bet that this is going to be pretty much the longest, one of the longest 1 minute 30s of Buzzy's life. Morex as well, though, would be a well-deserved winner. Got unlucky at the Bathurst outing, it has to be said, and has shown some really great pace with some good quality positions as well. But certainly, Buzzy absolutely buzzing for him. The McLaren driver now down to 1 second, so he's lost the 10th there. Where has my cursor gone? There we go. Where was it going? There we were. Clay and KOL Fire. They two still looking really close as well. Morex now within 0.8 of a second. 30 seconds left to go, and with the pace they're going, they are definitely going to get another lap. This will be the final lap, and there is 7 tenths now between them. Buzzy and Morex, after an hour of racing, a whole lot of penalties, and a whole lot of pit stops. That nearly took us to drive there. We're seeing Clay and Fighter still looking very close. G Harvey not too bad there either, hunting down the Honda, but it's Morex for the race win. It's right down to the last lap, only 7 tenths separating the Morex, opening the corner up as much as possible to try and get a run, potentially avoiding contact there a bit later on the brakes. on to the straight. Does the McLaren pounce now? It does. Is he going to have to wait until we get onto the final right-handed embankment? Is it going to be the final left-hander? They're nose to tail now, half a second separating. The time has nothing but dropped. Here we still go round to the right-hand side. It is McLaren v McLaren. Buzzy versus Morex. No time left on the clock. Clay and KOL Fighter are still going at it, hammer and tong as well. Coming into the final few corners as Morex knows this is his last chance for romance. Buzzy takes the beautiful middle line and he knows all he needs to do is keep this between the mayo and the mustard into the final corner. It is going to be a drag race. There is going to be a bit of slipstream as Morex going to pop out and get this done side by side right at the end. Surely not. They're going to be separated by half a tenth of a second. What a finish that was. Woo! Take a bow, Buzzy and Morex, separated by half a tenth of a second. Right at the end there. Incredible stuff. Arms crosses the line in third place. Rob Drop 2K crosses the line in fourth. Renville in fifth. KOL Fighter in sixth position. Or Izzy as Clay's within half a second. And we're going to see another grandstand drag race out of the last corner. It looks like we are. The BMW is certainly going to bring the fight to the Ferrari. The Ferrari looking to hold on to sixth position. It's Clay who's going to come charging towards. They're going to be very close across the line. 3/10 of a second. KOL Fighter in sixth. Clay in seventh. Blue Mosquito got himself into the top 10 with an eighth. Val Wren crossing the line to take ninth place. And Milden, despite the stop go 30-second penalties, managed to get himself back inside the top 10. So great drive there by Milden. Brandon Glover, in 11th position. Quickly followed by TK Drifter and G Harvey. With Bozzy in 14th. Romelson only 2/10 behind Bozzy then. Very close between those two as well. In 15th position. Ollie RSR in 16th. WTR in 17th. Wad Cool Racing, Andy Cray and Casper, unfortunately, unable to finish the race. That was an absolutely incredible podium finish. Okay, we're not getting highlights. Fair enough. But yeah, what a finish that was. Leroy in the chat. You ain't kidding. Go Milden. Says Floppy. My turn tomorrow with you. John Imola. Yes. Imola in the wet. That will be fun. Error, not enough space. Ah, okay. Right, I need to remember and clear some space. But let's get a quick look at the final results. It was, as I said, Buzzy in first place. Great drive, half a tenth ahead of Morex, who took the purple lap as well. Ams joining them on the podium in third. Rob 2K in fourth. Renville in fifth position. KOL Fighter in sixth. It's Clay in seventh. Blue Mosquito in eighth. Val Wren in ninth. And Milden in 10th place. Brandon Glover in 11th. TK Drifter in 12th. G Harvey 13th. Bozzy in 14th with Romelson in 15th. Ollie in 16th position. WTR finished in 17th. And we had Cool Racing, Andy Cray and Casper unable to finish this evening's race. But what a race that was. Massive, massive, massive congratulations to the podium. Congratulations to Buzzy on taking that race win. Half a tenth separating the top two. Wow. It will be round 9 next week, even though it says round 8 there. Round 7 here. It is round 8 this week. It's Watkins Glen. Phenomenal track. Just, yeah, the absolute finest racing you get at that course. So that's where we'll be next week. And then the week after will be the season finale. 90 minutes. Around Laguna Seca. Remember, if you do want to support the team at Formula Racing League, then jump on over to formularacingle.co.uk. You can get all the information. Facebook, Instagram and Twitch, of course. And the patron program on the patron website. You can sign up to be a supporter elite or an alien. All 3 tiers get a driver number, a reserved slot, a reserved seat, and a free entry into the FRL Lotto. The elites and the aliens also got a number logo, coaching, and a new to PC sim racing guide. And the aliens get themselves an overlay banner, yearly prizes, SimHub Dash, Elgato ACC icons, and a custom livery for your ACC PC car. What more could you possibly ask for? But that is all we have time for from this one this evening. Thanks to everyone that took part. Huge congratulations to everyone on the podium. And remember, 3 tiers raced this evening, all available to go back and watch on YouTube. So make sure you jump on board and do so. Until next week, from me though, I have a very